hang on a second. I have a land shark crawling on me. It's Jeannie from A1. And I know we're stitching on a Sunday, crazy stuff. But I'm just so into it. I thought we've got to keep stitching. So let me go ahead. I just need to set up a couple of things. I'm going to set up my computer. We're going to be stitching out the blossom blocks. So blossom and beehives, the plan is to do the blossom and beehive block right here, as well as the blossom and swing. April, can you guys hear me? Somebody just tell me, because I'm on my headset, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me, that everything is connected and ready to go. And I am going to let Miss Poppy out really quickly. Oh, she just left. And then also to do, you can hear me great, to also do part A's. So we're going to do part A of the bunny boot, and then part A of the mushroom home. And that way, when we get together next Friday, we'll be ready to go. We can just stitch those two up. And then the only thing we'll have left to do are the borders. So just give me 1 second. Let me get everything up on my computer too. I thought I was going to have so much time to get ready. And then one of my girlfriends came over and we were working on making a birthday present for another one of our girlfriends. And you know how that is when you're with your girlfriends. Time just goes so fast. So, YouTube. I just want to be able to see your comments. Okay. Here we go. One. I just updated my Avenir. So I am going to be stitching on that today. And I want to talk to those of you that your biggest hoop is a 6x10. Because somebody sent me a note and they said that they were trying to figure out how to do that. And I was thinking about it. Because I haven't done that. I think Cindy West has, and I think there's some other people, maybe they could be resources for us. But what I thought would be like helpful is today's easy. And the great thing about today is both of our blocks are 4x8. So even when you add the background quilting, because the background quilting adds 1/2 inch all the way around. So it becomes 4.5 by 8.5 when you add the background quilting, and we are laying down our we're laying down the batting and your background fabric that has the SF 101. So for instance, here's bunny boots. What I was thinking, we're not doing bunny boots today, but what I was thinking, and maybe somebody can help me with this, when you buy your background quilting, you get a folder that says block by block, and then you also get a folder that says clear blue tile. The clear blue tile is the embroidery quilting only. The block by block is the placement line for your batting, the tack down for the batting, the placement for your background fabric, the tack down for the background, and then the quilting. So it's the 5 steps. Block by block is 5 steps. Clear blue tile is just the quilting design. So I was thinking about you guys. I woke up this morning thinking about it because I had messaged Miss Tina last night. I think what would be really good to do is, and then, okay, what hoop am I going to be using today? I'm just going to keep it in my 7x12. I'm going to lay it out. And the reason I'm doing this is so we can kind of talk about what to do if you have a 6x10 hoop. And then if you have bigger hoops, then I just want you to kind of hang tight. But I did want to like talk to the other people about this because I feel bad that, it might be confusing and that you haven't been getting love from me about how to do it. Where is my big old hoop? I'm going to grab my 7x12 hoop, and we'll talk about what size hoop to use too. I like everyone to be included. I hate when, anyone feels left out. This is the 7x12 hoop, and I went kind of back and forth, like, what size hoop should I use today? But if you're using, you can use a 6x10, but look, it's like, it sticks out further than the 7x12, so you're going to end up using more stabilizer. Or I thought to myself, oh, I could use my 9.5 by 9.5, because remember, we need 8.5 inches. So I was looking at all my different options. What is happening here? And this one, because it's like so chunky on the top and the bottom, Donna, it's okay, we're just kind of talking, is a little bit bigger than the 7x12 too. So I was like, I'm just going to use my 7x12. I'm going to take my 4x8 design, and this would be centered. I'm going to snug it over this way and run my muslin left to right. So, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And let's see if this is big enough. Is this big enough? Oh yeah, this is almost too big. Almost too big. Where's the rest of my muslin? Let me grab another piece, because that piece is all over the place. So, I know I wake up just dreaming and thinking about all of this stuff. These are my blocks from before. Is this big enough? Is this big? That's not even big enough. That's too small. This is why I like having, oh, you know what? That's the thing with this. You can kind of stretch it so it fits. I'm going to try it. I know. It's barely going to fit, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to hoop up first. And that way we can talk about it. These are my other blocks for wallflower. They have nothing to do with hopping down the bunny trail. We don't need all of this on the end, making a big old mess. We're going to hoop left to right. That's going to be a stretch. No. This is up and down. Sorry, I wanted to be more prepared for you. And it was just unexpected stuff I had to do today, because life goes on. Life goes on without me. I think I could do, maybe I'll do one on this side and then I'll scoot it over and do the other one. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to hoop up first and get that right to the edge. Because 4x8 and 4x8, I think I can fit these in here. And if I can, I'll just run it down. Okay. And I want to talk to my 6x10 people. That's your biggest hoop. Because Star was in too. Miss Star, and I was like, her biggest hoop is a 6x10 as well. So, and I really, because I have the bigger hoops, and it's always time for me. Like, I just don't have time. Hold it nice and taut. Okay, there we go. I'm hooped up. What I was thinking is, if you have the other size hoops, what might be good is for you to find the very center of your batting. And you could just crease it to find the center. So that would be your center, right? Right there, my center. And then the center of your background fabric. Finger crease. And you could mark it. So there is, I know it's hard to see, but I can see it. And center of this, and if you wanted, you can find it this way. And then unfold it. So there's my center, and unfold it. Spray these together. Okay. And then center to your hoop. So, and then do just the clear blue tiles. Just that quilting design. Because it will be 6x8, and it should fit into your hoop. And then you can always lay this down once you get the design up with the center, and then place this in the center. I wanted to show you, but they didn't have mine didn't have clear blue tiles for this because I have the retailer packet, so it didn't have clear blue tiles on it. Because I brought it up this morning, I was thinking about it. You can center it, you can bring your cursor, quilt it, and then you're gonna start with step 3 if you're like centered. You might have to move the design as per the instructions to get it where it needs to go. So does that help at all? I was just thinking about you guys and thinking, okay, how can we make it easy for the people with the 6x10? But I would pre-quilt it. I would pre-quilt it with clear blue tiles, and then you could cut away, and then you could take this and use the placement line and place it. So you could do that. I'm not even looking at your messages. Let me look at your messages. I think I did this right. I can see you. Perfect. Oh my God, Miss Tina, you're already on the borders. I am. Oh, and Rebecca, the Pathfinder is great because you have an 8x12. Your embroidery field. I don't know if you have to upgrade it. I think you might have to upgrade. It definitely comes with a 7x12, and then you have the 8x12. So you guys are all done. I'm holding you back. Okay, I'm going to take this and slide it onto the machine. We're going to get started, but I did want to kind of talk to you about that and let you know I love you guys, and I'm hoping that we can figure this out, and that I will at some point do a video for those that have just a 6x10 hoop, if that's your biggest size, and how you can still do the quilting and still, because I know I don't cater to that because I don't have time. There's too much to do. Here we are, Avenir. And this is as close as I can get with this filming arm. All right. Where is my spreadsheet? Let me grab my spreadsheet. Here are my instructions, my spreadsheet. I already put my designs on here. Oh, I need my embroidery foot. Let me grab my embroidery foot. Your feet should never be loose enough for you to undo by hand. If they are, that's going to shake off in the middle of your embroidery at some point and scare the bejesus out of you. So you should have to use, this is my favorite screwdriver. It's called the advanced screwdriver. And what I love about it is it fits over that screw. I can put my whole hand on it. So I'm going to undo this, take this off, put my embroidery foot on. And we sell those in the store. It's like I'd put it in my top 5 accessories that I have to have. Hand tighten, and then you can slip this on. There, it caught, and I'm going to just tighten it a little bit more. And did you see that? I mean, it was barely a turn. But that's enough that and you can't get it off by hand. You shouldn't be able to get it off by hand. So, let's go ahead and load our design. Let me see if I can get closer this way without it popping up. And without this coming down. Can I do this without the water-soluble bobbin thread? You can, but it's going to be a pain in the butt to get those stitches out. I would wait. I would get some water-soluble thread, and I would wait until I had that to do it. Because I've done it both ways. It says a color that's visible, but it's really hard to pick out little individual threads in between stuff. So I'm going to go here to my pocket. I pulled mine in. I've been using Design Database Transfer. I have not been using a USB. So I'm going to go here where the Wi-Fi symbol is. And which one are we going to do first? We are going to do Blossoms and Beehive. So it's the one that looks like this. So go ahead and select that. Here it is. I've loaded it twice apparently. Oh, we got to do our quilting design first. So, and if you don't have the quilting files or a 6x10 hoop, you can always just skip the quilting design. So I'm going to go ahead. This is just dating. I haven't hit the word set. So I can go ahead and pull my other design, and it's going to be the 4x8. So the skinny chevron. Is that right? Yes, 4x8 chevron. So I'm going to go ahead and select this first. I'm going to hit set. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the other design. So I'm going to go to my pocket. And again, this is where you pull from. If you're using a USB, you're going to touch this. I sent mine over via Wi-Fi. And I'm going to go ahead and select this design. And we're going to go ahead and say set. That's right? Yes. It looks just like the picture. Do you see right here where the design goes over the quilting? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and now let's look and see what kind of alignment they want for us. So, and let me see if I'm answering. I just finished. Da-da-da. Oh my God, you guys are so far ahead. Oh, Anna, I hate holding you up. But I would wait. I would seriously wait. I'm going to the store with Patrick. I feel like I was waiting for one thing, and that's why your order hasn't been sent out. But I'll have to look at it. I'll go to the store and send it out right away. This is where we're aligning it. I'm sorry, my filming arm is popping up, so I'm trying to go with it. Here we go. So it wants you to be 1/2 inch. So it says right here, align the block embroidery file so it is centered horizontally, which means you're not going to move it left or right. And the bottom of the fence is 1/2 inch above the bottom of the quilting design. Kind of like what we did before. I'm holding you up, aren't I? Way ahead. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I don't like the grids, but I use it in times like this. I'm going to go to my settings button. I have a gear. Yours might be the one that has the piece of paper. And I'm going to set my grids up for 1 inch. So let's go ahead and do that. Say okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my quilting design. I'm not going to move it left or right. I'm just going to scoot it down. So the red line of my quilting design is lined up with one of the 1 inch marks on my grid. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Here we are, but you can't see my I could scoot it up. Let's go ahead and we'll scoot it up. We have to make sure we're selecting the right thing. Right now, the red box is around the trees. I want the quilting design, so I'm going to touch it. And there, you can see the red box is now around the quilting design. So I'm going to go into Edit. And this is these are going to be different. If you have the Luminara, the Solaris, yours will say size, move, rotate. They're still in the same spot. I'm going to touch this button, which is the move button. And I'm just going to move that. So the red line is going to be on this 1 inch line. So let's do that first. Perfect. So the bottom of my quilting design is now on that 1 inch line. Now it wants the tree to be 1/2 inch, and it's pretty much almost 1/2 inch. Let me see those dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it should be good to go. So now I want to make sure that I am doing the this design. So I'm going to go ahead and touch the outside, or I can hit my select button. So I'm going to hit select, and now I can tell it went to the design because the design sticks out on the left and the right. So that just got a little bolder, the red there. And I'm almost there in the center. I'm just looking at the little dots, and I'm going to move it up to there. And that should be the half, like there's 4 on one side, 4 on the other. I'm counted at those dots, and it's on the 5th one. And that is 1/2 inch. So, because this block, each one of these blocks is 1 inch, and now that is halfway in between. Hopefully that makes sense. And this is the only time I use my grids, if I really need something like that. So I'm going to go in here to 200%. I'm going to go back to 100%. Should look like this. I'm going to change this back to my favorite setting, which is just the square with the red dot in the middle, of the red cross here in the middle. And are you doing the event One Sweet Spring Wall? I don't think I'm doing that. We've done that before. Naomi, what did you just ask? Does this work the same way? Yeah, it does. You should be able to go into your settings. You're going to have your notebook paper that has a dog ear. You're going to just push that, and then you can go into your grids, and you can select the 1 inch or the 3/8 inch, just like I just did. And once I'm done with it, I always change it back because I like that where it's not as busy. Some people leave their grids on all the time. If you like that, then I want you to do it. This is not combined. Do not move it right now. We're in our edit screen. There's my editing options, right? If I move it now, it's going to separate. So we're going to go into Touch Embroidery. And when you're in your layout screen, now we can move it. And I'm going to scoot mine to the left because I'm trying to do one block here and one block over here. Because that is how my brain works. My brain does not like wasting, and I just can't help myself. So I'm going to take this, make sure you're in your layout screen. You can touch layout. Again, the arrows are my move. You're going to touch your move, and I'm going to scoot this to the left. And there we go. Now I can go ahead and stitch all the way over here, and when I rehoop, I can use the other side. Okay? You don't have to do that. You can just stitch right in the middle. That's just me. I just can't help myself. I'm sorry I'm so far back, but my filming arm, this one will not let me get closer. I don't know. Sorry. Let me see. And it's falling, and it's driving me crazy. Are you going to move it to the top? I'm not going to move it to the top. Oh, yeah, you know what? I was going to say I'm not going to move it to the top because I'm going left to right, but I'm not. Yes, I'm going to move it up to the top corner too. Yes. Now I saved here and here. Cindy, thank you for asking that question. All right. You know what screen we're going to go to? We're going to go to this screen where you go forwards and backwards stitches. You're going to touch that because we are going to skip some steps. And that first light blue turquoise is your placement for your batting. So we're going to go ahead and stitch that out. I'm going to throw in a color I can see, and I'm so glad you asked that, Miss Cindy. And I'm also going to wrestle my filming arm right now to do what I want it to do. There we go. Where's my fabric? I'm going to put this one away because it's going to confuse me. I'm putting back my bunny boots. And I'm going to get my little folder that says Blossom and Beehive. And look what you have in there. I've got my cork in the very front pocket. These are my new fancy dancy full like pouches with the beautiful ribbon on them. And let me grab everything out from the back. So this is what we have. I think there is no. Oh, we need the honey felt too. I used the honey felt in my last embroidery. Let me grab that. It's over at my luminaire. So here's my honey felt. So we've got honey felt too. Okay. I have all my threads now in the right colors. I went to the store and got them. I'm just going to go and I'm going to put in pink lemonade. So let me put that in. And we'll start stitching, and then we'll also spray. Am I like a turtle today? I feel like I'm very slow to start. I'm using a Filtech pre-wound bobbin. I honestly don't even know what needle I have in there right now, but most likely it is an 8012 Microtex. I can tell it's not an embroidery needle because it's not my favorite embroidery needle because those are gunmetal. They're like a gray. And let's go ahead and start stitching. And while it's stitching, I'm going to come over here and we're going to spray in my spray tent. Here we go. I'm going to spray the wrong side of my batting because that's going to go down, and the wrong side of my background fabric, and check it and make sure there's no icky threads on there. I like KK Knolled 100. It's my favorite spray. And these cans just last forever. Okay. Whoops. There is my placement line. Okay, I'm going to try not to be hopping all around now. I'm glitching! Okay. Give me 1 second. We are hopping over. I'm glitching. We're hopping over here. We're doing costume change. Okay, give me just 1 second. We're going to see nothing for a minute. I just put down my filming arm. I am leaving this over here. Can you hear me like run it around my sewing room? Ah, my room's so messy. I'm so sorry. I try to like clean up the one little area that you're going to be able to see, and that's it. Here we go. I got to reload. Okay, we are going to reload really quickly. Embroidery, pocket, Wi-Fi is where I pulled it. I'm going to do this super duper fast. Sorry to make you wait. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Set. And then add. Because I glitched and whoops. And I don't want to glitch again. This one. Set. Now you get to see it done twice. 7 by 12. I'm going to do it with my 1-inch grids first. And let's go to my embroidery or my background quilting move. I'm going to scoot them up. And then let's zoom in 200%. That looks good. That pretty much looks, I think I bumped it up. Whoops. I think I had moved it up. I'm going to go to the other design. Okay. I am hooked up. Let me put this back on. Got to move my foot because I've been sharing them between my two machines. Can't fit my screwdriver in there. Oop. Sorry guys, 1 more second and I will be right with you. Let me grab my thread and we are ready to go. Okay. I know I could clear it, but I just want to not glitch, and I am glitching right now. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to go ahead and lay down my batting. Let me bring this towards me just a little bit. Okay, batting is down. Now I'm going to put my background fabric down. And I'm just going to center it to this. And then we are going to do our quilting stitch. Just feel around. Make sure you have about 1 inch all the way around. Slide your hoop back on. And we are going to skip some steps. So that is, let me go here. We've already done that. This is tack down for the batting. We don't need that. If you cut your batting to size, This is placement for your background, and that's tack down for your background. So we do need that. I'm going to go ahead and put my pink lemonade back in. Is that right? Oh, you know what? Hang on. Sorry. Let me go back. I'm going to put my foot up. I didn't even move my design on here. So I am in my layout screen, but look, I'm on stitch 4. If I try to move my design, it's not going to let me do it. You have to be at stitch 0. So I'm going to go back to stitch 0 and then say okay to get out of there. And then I'm going to go layout, move, and I'm going to scoot it all the way up and then up. So left and up. So I'm going as far into that corner as I can. Now I can go ahead and say, oh, well, we can just hit that. Layout. I'm going to go here where I go forward and backward stitches, and now I'm going to skip. Hopefully you're not too confused, but that should take us back to where we're up in that upper left-hand corner. I already did the placement for my batting, laid it down, and I laid down my background fabric. There we go. So now I am on step 4. I'm all caught up. I did have to switch over machines, and that's why I am confusing you. And let me swing over my computer because I do not know if anyone has asked anything while I was doing that transition. Marlene, have you been loving it using your Scan and Cut? I'm just telling you, I've been loving it. I'm going to take out my thread. I like to show this once each video. When I take out my thread, what I do is, and I don't use a spool cap when I'm on my horizontal spool can. If I'm using a mini cone, if I'm using a spool, which top and bottom are the same size, then I use a spool cap. Otherwise, I don't. And I'm just going to unthread it here and here and take it right out. I'm going to put in linen. Your book calls for white, but I really have been enjoying putting in a cream and stitching with the cream on the white. I think it just gives it a little more depth, and it stands out a little bit more, like you can actually kind of see it. And the stitch is so cute. Why don't you want to see it? But then you don't want it to be too distracting. So for me, the linen is perfect. Go ahead and stitch out your background quilting. I hope that, stitching with me makes you a more confident stitcher. Because you see me make mistakes, and then how do you recover from those mistakes? Right? So, the needles that I use, my favorite needles are the, let me grab them, brought them over to the other side. Right? Should we do this class again? So I love these. These are, this was Pickle Pie. And Pickle Pie did 2 needle holders. There was needle holder 1 and needle holder 2. I love needle holder 1. The problem with needle holder 1 is it doesn't accommodate larger size needles like the Class A or the organ needles. However, it's a really quick fix to do that. You just increase the size 3 clicks and then it'll be like perfect. So, but this is the one I use the most. Do you like how I stick needles right in there too? But it's perfect for this size. They fit in here perfectly. This one does not fit. So I do have one that I've made a little bit bigger. So these are my favorite embroidery needles, and they're the Oregon 7511 anti-glue. I use them probably for like 90% of my embroidery, and when I'm not using these, then I'll use the 8012s, and then I'll bump up to the 9014 size. But most of the time, I try to stick to these because I always go smaller needle, smaller hole. The Oregon, so other people sell this needle. So you can buy these. Madeira sells them. They're more expensive. Same needle. And then Best Premium sells them. They're more expensive. Same needle. They have like the cardstock that it's on says Madeira, but then this pack is exactly the same. So that's why I buy these, and this is what we sell in the store, because the Best Premiums are $8.99. The Madeiras, I think, are $7.99. And if you buy the Oregon ones on the Oregon card, I can't remember if they're $6.99. I think they're $6.99. So these are my favorite embroidery needles. Okay? And then, I love all of these needles too. So, and I'll just put that right back in here. Let's just tuck it away. And we'll just keep stitching this. Let me see what other questions you have. Haven't got enough guts to use my skin. Oh, Susan, you're going to use it. We're going to use it together, and I'm going to put together, we'll do it for Star Spangled Beauty. And we're going to cut everything, not everything, but we'll cut most things for applique on the Scan and Cut. And I mean, I am not a Scan and Cut expert, but I've been having great success. And I'll put together like a little list of like the supplies that you might want to have. And I don't want you to be chicken, because I've been a big chicken this whole time. So let's do it together. We'll do it together, and it won't be scary. So here we are to our placement. So if you are using your 6x10 and you want to pre-quilt, this will show you, or you don't want to quilt and you just want to lay it down, you are going to do this step. Starlene, I'm talking to you. Okay. And you're going to do this step because that's going to tack down your fabric. If you've already put your fabric down and done the quilting like we just did, block by block, we're going to start right here. So let me grab my instructions to make sure I'm not leading you astray. I was a little frazzled because I had to move over. We're going to stitch the tree fill, and the tree fill is going to be spice brown. Is it spice brown? Let's make sure I'm giving you the right colors. Look at this. I remember to grab my colors from the store, so now I have all the right colors. I was kind of fudging it. So we're going to put in spice brown. This is from the thread kit. I'm going to take out my linen, and let's go right over here. Star Spangled, it is. It's on the promotion page. And guess what else? So I played around with my luminaire, which is not connected to my Scan and Cut, and I don't have any intentions of connecting it. And I was able to pull the files, and I put them on my USB, and I brought them over, and it was so easy. And then I was talking to Miss Gail, and she was having problems. And what we also realized, I'm going to go ahead and hit start, is that you need to have your machine set to whatever the first embroidery brand is, because she had hers set to Isacord, and it wasn't pulling every she wasn't able to convert every placement stitch into an embroidery file. So I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad that you had that issue, because now we can talk about it when we do it as a group. What book are you using to do this project? So this is the instructions that I printed out. And when I print out on 20, I think it's 28 weight paper. So it's a little bit heavier. And then I have a wire binder. So I have a wire binder that I bought. It's the Achilles, I think 3.0, and I wire bind. So it's just the same thing that you print out. I just have a wire binder. I also bought a comb binding machine, which I feel like is almost easier to use, but I do prefer these over my comb bindings because my thing doesn't like quite as flat, but it's still really nice. And if you're a local lady and you want to come in and use our comb binder, because I bought it for this store for you guys to come in and use, you can come in and use it. I'll show you how to use it. You'll have a small fee to just pay for the supplies, but you can come use it. Is there a recommended water-soluble? Are you talking about the thread? let's talk about water-soluble thread, because we are going to be using that. Grab that thread. And Miss Anna, I'm so sorry. I don't know why we haven't. I think I was waiting for one thing in your order. Okay. This is the thread I use. I use Vanish, and it's made by Superior. They always make great stuff. I use Vanish Light. Oh, this is Vanish Extra. I prefer Vanish Light because, you know, you just want it to kind of come out, so you don't need to be using the heavier stuff. Here, we'll print it out. So when you wind it on a spool, on your bobbin, because we're going to be using it in our bobbin, I want you to write on it Vanish, and I want you to write it on both sides, or water soluble, or whatever you want to put on there, because what I don't want you to do is accidentally leave it, sew a project together, and then have it fall apart in the laundry, because when this is wet, it's going to dissolve. So I have this spool here. I have another spool that Poppy ripped into, and her saliva got on here, and like every time I unwind it, like pieces break off. So I love the light. I didn't even realize that this one was the extra, because I've been using both of them. So, and you can get them in the little spool, and you can get them in the big one. I also use these. I use water soluble bobbins when I do some of the quilting classes. Or if you want to practice free motion quilting and you have a quilt sandwich, you can put this in your bobbin, and then when you're done practicing, you can just spray it with water, and then the stitches come out, and you can keep reusing that quilt sandwich. So, but write it on there. We are going to be using this. Here we go. Any other questions? We can just keep talking. Was the, Bernadette, was the ultra or the extra, was it just too much? Was it like too thick for you? Because I didn't even realize that my other Vanish was the extra. I try to buy the light. I love my Avenir, but it glitched, and so I just want to make sure, because we're doing it so long. I've sewed on it more than I've embroidered on it, but I have embroidered on it. I absolutely love it. I love the power. I love the strength. I love the size. I love the deep throat area. I love the projector. I love that my projector now works in embroidery as well as the layout page. And I love the new projector size. Yeah, I've been loving it. That's a good idea too. Judy Klepp said she puts it in a little bag with the spool. So you don't have to write it on there if you're good at remembering that, and you just always keep it together. I just sometimes I bring a bobbin boat with me for a project, and so I might have a couple of spools that say Vanish on it. I don't know if I'm flying through them, Judika. I see a lot of people have posted theirs, and they finished them up. They finished their thing, so I'm feeling so far behind. Miss Carol, you can purchase the CD. You could go to our store. We have the CD on sale for 20% off. So if you go to a1backandsew.net, you can order it there. Or you could support your local quilt shop if they're Kimberbell dealers. Judika, I find that hard to believe that you're far behind because you stitch a lot. I know you've been working on something else though. Okay, after we do this, what's next? Ah, you're working on the hummingbird. Yes. I love the hummingbird. It was kind of like, it was like a little present. Like you know, every part it worked on, you just were like, oh my God, it's so cute. And it was like a delight. All right, let me turn to the right page. After we finish this is the tree fill. We're going to stitch the fence rails fill. So we're going to go ahead and do that next. The color it's calling for is shadow. You want to come here? Come on. Hey, Poppy's joining us. I moved my... You could just lay down. Not on my lap. There we go. We're going to use that next. Poppy's watching. Momo's over there. There's Momo. They keep me company. She is feeling better. Oh, I'm so glad. We took her to the vet on Friday. And I don't know if you heard us talk about it, but she took herself on a little walk one evening. We hadn't shut the gate all the way. And I think who knows what she got into. But it was later, like that night at like 3 in the morning, 2:30, that she started being sick. So we put her on some medication and she was like better. I mean, it was, you could just tell, like maybe 2 or 3 hours later, she started feeling better. And I was happy because nobody wants to deal with soupy poopy. And she does go to daycare, and like I think they pick up stuff at daycare too. So we'll never know. Yeah, if you want to keep the hummingbird tiles in your 5x7, you know, as long as you make them all decrease the size of all of them, you are all set. I just left mine and did mine in the bigger hoop. I did mine in my magnetic 11, my 8x14 magnetic hoop, and I just kind of advanced it from left to right. And it was cute. It is cute. That's a happy tiling scene for sure. They have another one out that's like a flag that I'm very tempted to do. Okay, this is the fence rail fill. Go ahead and stitch this out. Looks like 2 minutes of stitching. And then we're going to put this spice brown back in. After we're done with the fill, we're going to put back in the spice brown, and we're going to stitch the fence placement line. And then we're going to place your fence cork. So grab your fence cork. Oh yeah, I'll show you the colors. This is that really pretty spice brown. It's almost got a little bit of, I don't know, it's like it's a little red looking to me. Like it's so pretty. And then for the shadow, it's like a charcoal, like dark gray. I'll show you the colors each time, Miss Liz. It's really cute. I know, you know, I feel like I'm not great at promoting some things, but as soon as I start stitching it out, and it is so cute. I don't know why that's not charging. Let me check my... Here's the cork. You're going to lay this down. I I know if you ordered some people just ordered their Hoppin stuff, and I'm going to the store. I have to see if I can wrangle Patrick. I'm going to be there either today or tomorrow, and I'm going to get all your stuff sent out. Okay. Next step, go ahead and change your thread out. Change it out. This back a little bit. This is going to be the placement line. If you look right here, there's your placement line. Sometimes I don't do the whole thing. Like for me, I go, okay, I know where it's going to start. I know how tall it's going to be. Why am I going to stitch out the whole thing? I can just like lay it down. Now I know where that's going to go. Are you guys okay with that? Let's not stitch out the whole thing. It's going to take too long. I'm just going to go ahead and cut my thread. I'm not even going to spray this. I'm just going to hold it just because it's not like fabric, so it's not going to pucker at all. And if you skip, because I didn't stitch out the whole placement line, you got to go to your next step. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this down, and I'm just going to let it stitch. So, and you can see where this is going. I'm just going to center it to that, put it a little bit above, and we should be good to go. I want you to look. It's saying right here that this is a raw edge applique, which means make sure you go up a little bit above, because I like to leave about 1/8 of an inch. So there's my top of it, and I'm just going to go all the way up there to the top, and that should be plenty. Okay. I didn't do the whole placement line, and I did skip ahead, and now I'm just going to go ahead and do the tack down. So this is step number 6. Stitch the fence tack down. And it's raw edge applique. When I see the word raw edge applique, that tells me I'm going to need my curved straight scissors to do my trimming. So here's my curved straight. And you want a pair of these. This is my 4.5 inch. They also sell a 6 inch. I use these more often. And you want that first curve so it goes over the edge of your hoop. And then you want it to be straight so you can control the cut. If you use your double curve, it cuts like this. You get like little smiles. And this we want to have straight cuts. So maybe what we'll do is on Friday when we get together, we're going to stitch out, we'll finish up the rain boot and the mushroom house. And then we'll do another day next weekend where we do the borders. And I might sew the borders and just record that and put that up for you, but then we'll do the quilting of the borders together. Are you going to put up fabric? Yes. I will put up fabric for rope bowls. Do you guys want me to... Okay, let me make my list. It won't be up until either tonight or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, because I have to figure out the yardage and like how much it's going to cost. And, but yes, that will go up and it's going to be really cute. And I don't think it's going to be like a ton of fabric. Okay, so the 2 things I'm doing on this weekend for sure is I'm putting up the rope, well, 3 things. The rope bow kits, the Luck of the Irish kit, and the class for, I'm going to put up the class. We're finally going to be doing our Picasso pants. Okay, let me slide that out. We're going to go ahead. right now, what it wants you to do is it wants you to trim the cork as desired. This is raw edge applique. Aren't we doing, oh yeah, we're doing both. So we're going to be doing, wallflower is going to be in the morning. Do you guys want to see it? I'm going to show it to you. Hang on. We're going to do wallflower in the morning. And then we are going to do wallflower in the morning. And then in the afternoon, so all day I'm going to stay home on Friday and I'm just going to stitch. So here is, I can show it to you now. Here is the, this is the March block. And I just sewed mine on and I used a little bit of, and then I just kind of frayed it. But that is Glamour thread. Is it adorable? This is the one I did Minky Kim. So I don't have a ton of the felt flowers. So I just went into my stash. I have all sorts of scrapbooking stuff. And I had these little flowers and I had little brads. So I just kind of put these together. So this is my Minky Kim. This is my Kimberbell, and I'm going to be stitching just one more, and I'm going to mirror image. I'm not going to forget, but this is going to be wallflower. We're going to do this in the morning. Cute. All right, trim. Focus, Jeannie. Aren't they cute? And if you like have been on the fence about the wallflower quilt, you should just do it. It's really adorable and it's fun and it's really manageable. And I love that. Like it's been so manageable that I'm stitching two of them at once. Okay, I like to leave a little bit of a edge. I don't like to trim this right to the stitch, but this is why you need a pair of curved straight so you can get that nice straight cut. And I like a little bit of a rounded edge. Would it be nice if this was, Miss Marlene, did you do this on your scan and cut? Are you just laying them down? Oh, but you know, this is like specialty. So I wonder if you have to use like the rotary cutter. I haven't done that. I did do that. I did my rotary cutter, but I left my half cut on and I left the paper on. So, oh no, that was the one that I tried to do the, what was I doing? I was doing the shape flex. I left the shape flex on. I've been, you know, just experimenting, but now that I kind of have it down a little bit, I'm just going to do what works. And I'll show you what works for me, and I'm hoping it'll work for you too. Watch out, you don't want to cut this background quilting underneath. I'm going to go this way and do all of these, and then I'll flip it and reverse it. There we go. I'm looking to see if you guys asked any questions. Can we still get an embellishment kit? Okay, that's a good question. Okay, so I just ordered more embellishment kits. However, the new embellishment kits are not going to have the butterfly buttons in them. Should I just order some for you guys? And then I can toss them in the embellishment kit. But I went on to Amazon and I found some really cute ones. But the new embellishment kits will have everything except for these buttons. There will be no buttons. So, but there's really cute, I found really cute buttons on Amazon, butterfly buttons. I did not find any inchworms, but honestly, I don't know if I even looked for them. Okay, now I'm going to go the opposite direction. So, I will, and the embellishment kits are going to be a little bit cheaper. So, I didn't put them, I actually, somebody had bought a kit and I just emailed her and said, do you want an embellishment kit? Because I can add that, but I didn't put it up yet because Kimberbell didn't let me know what the new pricing is going to be, so I don't know what the prices were. So if you do buy wallflower and you do want an embellishment kit and you're okay with there not being any butterfly buttons in it, then when you check out, just say you want an embellishment kit too. But I should know. I think they're going to send them to me on Monday, so I should probably have them on Wednesday. Oh my goodness, so cute. Love this fence. So that's the dealio with the embellishment kits. So they haven't put them back out again, but they haven't put them up yet for us to, like, I couldn't go and purchase, so I had to just do it through my rep. Okay, that's just adorable. I just love it, and I love it that it's not perfect. Walmart has the butterfly buttons. Okay, Cindy says Walmart has butterfly buttons, so you could go and get them there, and maybe you just do butterflies and you don't do any worms. All right, I'm going to go ahead and slide this in. Fluff your fabric. If you have fabric that's bigger, or if you have an embroidery that's attached, fluff it out of the way. Let me get my instructions. We just did this. We trimmed the cork as desired. And now we're going to go ahead and stitch the beehive placement line and place the beehive felt. You're going to put in your buttercup thread. Miss Liz, this is your color. It is a happy yellow. So just look in your stash for a happy yellow. I like buttercup because buttercup, to me, it's not too bright and it's not too muted. It's kind of perfect. So I'm going to put this in. Isn't this like relaxing? How many of you are working on this? And if you're not working on this, what are you working on? Because I really love it that people show up and they just use this as a sit and sew. Because it's kind of nice. We have a little community. I know you guys see each other's names and you're like, oh, I know Miss Cindy. And I know in Stitches. Jackie, will you send me did you just purchase it? You got some butterfly, because then I can send it all together. I'm going to keep that in my mind and in my memory that you want the embellishment kit. If you're good waiting, then I'll send it out when I get those, I think on Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, felt. You need your felt. Where did I put mine? Where is it? Oh, look, it's stuck to my other stuff. All right, I'm going to put this down. Oh, there's Patrick doing his domestic diva duties. I'm not even going to spray it. I'm going to do it over here. He's doing the laundry. He's become the laundry maiden. Place your beehive felt. Now we're doing step number 8, which is to stitch the beehive tack down lines, end detail, trim the felt as desired. This is raw edge. Again, every time I see raw edge, I go, I'm going to use my curved straight. Miss Julie's working on it. Miss Gail working on genealogy. That's kind of fun. Sewing along. Miss Erin is sewing along too. We're going to retreat. Working on the sign block. Mystery quilt and trying to use my scanning cut. That makes me super excited. Miss Lori. Oh, yeah, that's right. Miss Lori's got another grandbaby coming. Okay, we're going to trim around this. Can totally wait. All right, then Miss Jackie, I'll send it out with the embellishment kit. I'm just looking at her messages before they disappear. Avenir, scan and cut. Scan and cut. Amy, scan and cut is so not scary anymore. I'm going to make it so not scary for you because I was so scared. What did you do with the video? 24 freestanding lace, 8 ice skate earrings. Oh my God, that's so much fun. You know what I saw was OESD has a freestanding lace earring pattern. And I was like, should we do that? Would you guys, and they sell also the freestanding lace. There's like an earring kit that you can get too. That is such a great idea to like do for a fundraiser. Like, how fun is that? Especially if you did it like in your school colors. Like, I think that would be so much fun. And that's, I feel like, a great project for like the girls to do too. Yeah, I saw those and I was like, should I get those? Those are kind of cute. Okay, I'm missing. Let me look really quickly, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Amy, I want you to be inspired and I want you to not be scared. Yeah. It's going to be so amazing. And like, you might make some mistakes and that's okay. Like I was telling you guys, I didn't take the paper off my heat and bond. And mine was set up at half cut and it didn't totally work. And I didn't have the fabric blade. So I think I'm using whatever the black one is, the auto blade. And it's been so exciting. And there's a couple products that I've been using that have made my life easier too. So I just ordered some stuff. I'm going to put together a little bundle. Should do that today too, along with pricing out the rope bowls. Oop, missed a thread. All right, that hive is adorable. I've been super anxious about it. I would not touch my scan and cut. And, but you know why I did? Because you ladies were inspiring me. So, trim the felt as desired. This is raw edge. Number 9 says, if using the B button. So now I'm step number 9 right here. And if you're using the B button, you're going to skip steps 9 and 17. I am using the B button, 9 and 17. So we're going to start with step 10. So I'm going to skip this step. I'm going to go to step 10. That's your lime thread. Anyone who's matching your threads, this is lime. It's like a nice bright green. So I'm going to put that in, but we have to skip this step too. So don't forget, that is the B body. You don't need that. So go ahead and skip. If you're like, how do I get there? I'm going to go back. If what you're seeing is this and you don't know how to go forward and backwards, that's this button. You got to learn to find that button, and to skip, this goes to the next step. That goes to the previous. We're going to go ahead and do that one. So let's put in our lime thread. I'm going to be very gentle with you, so don't worry about it. And like I said, I'm going to just keep doing this one, although I'm so tempted to like pull all the files for it and do it. But everything is already prepped and ready to go. We'll do the Star Spangled Beauty where we're going to even like we'll pull aside the ones that we're gonna prep with Heat and Bond Light. I've been thinking about it. So tell me what you think, those of you that have been doing the putting Heat and Bond Light and your Shape Flex. Because Marlene, did you do Shape Flex and Heat and Bond Light for the ones that, because I was worried about it. I was like, well, what about the ones that you have Heat and Bond Light and then you have Shape Flex, and then some of them that don't need the Shape Flex? I was like, does your auto blade, can you put differing things that are like the ones that have the Shape Flex and the Heat and Bond Light and the ones that just have the Heat and Bond Light? Can you put them all on one mat? Will the auto blade adjust for each one of those? Like, I've been thinking about that because I want to make sure I have enough coverage so stuff doesn't shadow through on like lighter fabrics that are on darker backgrounds. But I'm thinking the blade will auto adjust for each cut. Yeah, Michelle does an excellent video on Get to Know Your Scan and Cut and has you cut a number of different fabrics and things that are stabilized different ways, what to put down, what to put up. Bird's nest. Do I have a bird? Oh, thank you. Didn't even hear it. Yeah, I did get one. I did get one. Look at that. Thank you for catching that. You know what? I'm going to go back a couple because those look really thin. I should probably change my needle, but let me go back. Whoops. That was the beginning of it. I'm going to go. That one looks good. I'm just hitting plus 10s. Should I start there? That one looks okay too. I wonder where it started. I'm just going to go to this one. I'm just hitting my plus 10s. Okay, I'm going to start with that one. Thank you for the 911. Okay, Marlene separated hers. So did you do Shape Flex and Heat and Bond? And those you did on a separate mat? If that happens again, I should probably change my needle out. Oh my God, So Crafty, your eyes are so good. That's the problem with me, Marlene, is I'm lazy. And like, I don't want to have to separate them out. I wonder if I could just do them. Ah, so you use the rotary blade for those? I want to try it with just the regular auto blade. And maybe if I just pressed it so well, everything will be adhered together. And then I can just do it. I'm going to give it a go because maybe I'll practice beforehand before we do it all together. Okay, after we're done with those, remember we're skipping steps 9 and 17. We're going to do step number 11, and you're going to put in your celery thread. Here is the thread if you're trying to match. It's kind of like an earthy lime green, like muted. So I'm going to put that in. We are on step number 11 in our book. First, congratulations, Miss Judica. I'm a rule breaker. I'm so not. Okay, the only time I'm a rule breaker is when I'm being lazy. I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to try it. If it's going to mean I don't have to work hard, I might try to break the rules. No, you're never too far behind. And you know, you can always go back and just do the videos. This one is really cute. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. I just love it. And the other thing I love about this is it's not too overwhelming. You are going to have, I think, you're going to have this is a skinny one, and this is a skinny one. And I think the rest are fat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this one was so fast because it's going to be an embellishment. But these were like, I thought these 3 were like a piece of cake. Those were super easy. We'll see you later, Miss Lori. Maybe, Miss Lori, maybe you and Miss Judica are going to have grandbabies together. This is my 4th panel, but you can just watch the videos and pretend like you're like doing them just, you know, right along with us. Plus, it's for Easter. So you have plenty of time. This, I think it's like a good, you could really do this, bust this out in like, it's a good weekend project. We're going to be working on it again next weekend too. So if you want to start next week, I mean, on Friday, we're going to be stitching out the rest of the boot and the rest of the house. And then hopefully over the weekend, next weekend, I'll do the borders. We'll do the quilting on the borders. All of these long threads are going to drive me crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim them right now. And what I really like to use is I like to use my scissors with the hook, but I don't see them. So I'm just going to use, and then I like to use my side hoppers. I don't see those either. Oh, where is everything? Where's my stuff? I was tossing everything around this morning. Here we go. I like to use either of these. We'll go side hoppers. And they have like little feet, and you put the feet down on your fabric. And these are great for trimming your jump threads. I just don't want this getting all stitched down and making a big old mess. Okay. All right. We're going to have to pay special attention because we're getting close to having to do the dissolve away thread. So we did those leaf detail, change the bobbin thread to a water soluble. So when it does the fringe, you're putting in the water soluble, and then you switch back to the regular thread. Then you switch back to the regular thread, and it does the stitches that hold it down. So we're going to slide this off. Go ahead and put in your vanish thread. Because this is for the actual fringe. The stitches that hold it down will be your regular bobbin thread. Okay, every time you slide your hoop off, I want you to fluff your fabric if you have a fabric that's going to be a little bit bigger. And we are going to go ahead and put in our, I think this is Blossom. Let me make sure because this is going to be the first time we've used Blossom. You've got your little key code here, Blossom. That was a color I didn't have. And did you know you can just take this and pop it off? You don't have to cut it. Adding another. Solano County. Especially A1. Yeah, A1 ladies are like the best. It's such a good, nice community. No meanies allowed. Okay. Make sure you have your water-soluble thread and go ahead and stitch out and this is going to be 4 minutes of stitching. And then after we stitch this, we're going to change to our regular thread, our regular bobbin thread, and then we'll stitch the outer petal fill. Here we go. The only events that we're going to be doing, the next one we're going to do is going to be in July. I was thinking about, because they're closing out some of the event kits, and I was thinking about doing them, but we're just busy. We have recorded versions, and if you guys wanted, we could get the event kits. I tried to do the No Place Like Home, and they had sold out. I was so heartbroken. We could get the kits, and you guys could do it with the video, but we don't have anything planned. We're going to do, in July, we're going to do is it called Little Pumpkin or Hey Pumpkin? And then in October, we're going to do the Christmas event. That sounds fun. Does that sound funny? I just want to make sure I don't have nope, I think we're okay. Oh, you know what it is? It's just thick. Sometimes when it's going through thick stuff, it just makes a lot of noise. Julie, come visit. We had Miss Cindy Gleason from Illinois came to visit this week. And then Dara was here. Dara was here. And I wasn't in the store. I think maybe Miss Heather was in the store too from Vacaville. Wait a minute. Did I just have a whole flower not stitch? Where's my 911? I think I did. I think because I stopped this midway. And that just means maybe this just didn't catch. So let me go ahead and reset that. And let's go back. I was daydreaming about Idaho. I was daydreaming because Patrick and I love Idaho. And we actually have property in, let me go back. -10, right here, -10, -10, -10. I'm going to keep hitting -10s until it pops back to the other. We go +1s, +1, +1, until we go back to this one. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Did you just bring me a ball? Have you heard anything about KB Day? Are they doing it this year? I would think they're definitely going to do it. It's kind of just their thing now. But I have not heard anything yet. You know I hear about things from you guys. And I never know anything that's going on. I always hear about it from you guys. A week or weekend retreat. We need to get one on there. Oh, Dara's from SAC. Okay. I know. I was so sad about that, Anna. I just didn't. When I called, they had like 250 of them or something, and I just didn't realize they were going to sell out so fast. And the next time I called, they were all gone. I know, Marlene, you were there too, and I didn't see you. So we bought property in Victor, Idaho. And the goal someday is to like retire up there part-time, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Is it Dara? Am I saying it right? Dara or Dara? Yeah, you know what's going to happen? Anytime there's change, people don't like change. And usually there's like half the people love it and half the people don't. And you're never going to be able to make everyone happy, unfortunately. So this is, and don't worry that it broke. It's just going through a bunch of thick stuff. That just happens. If your needle breaks, I would change to like a bigger needle. Yeah, some people are going to love it. Some people aren't. I personally don't like change. I just, you know, I just like things staying the same. However, I'm down with it. Like, oh, hang on a second. My mangy nuts. And just keep in mind your thread and your needle are going through all that thickness. Are you trying to help yourself to a snack? But I think it's going to be better. You're just going to have everything and it's going to be hosted. You just download it. You don't need all the packaging. Oh, these are cute. These are really cute. When Patrick and I started dating, he was working in Boise, so I would go visit him in Boise. There wasn't much there in like the late 90s, and we would go hang out at Barnes & Noble, and there was like a fantastic Greek restaurant, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was really, really good. So I have fond memories of Boise. Okay, that for some reason didn't catch. Let me go ahead and reset. Just going to make sure my bobbin thread's okay. I'm going to go back to the beginning of this. This is how you do it. Here. Whoops. Whoops. Sorry, just knocked that over. I'm going to go back -10 until it goes to this petal, this flower. And then once it's here, then I'm going to go +1s until it bounces to that flower. Okay, and that should be the beginning of that flower. Let me pick up my big old mess that I just made. And I can't believe my mason jar did not break. Puppy, move. Patrick?
What'd she do?
That was me. She didn't do anything.
Oh.
All right, this is important. Now that we stitch that out, stitch the fringe flower, change your bobbin back to your regular bobbin, and then we're going to stitch the outer petal fill. It might be really, if it's like going through all of that, it might be really thick, and I might change my needle out to a 90-14. So let's see how it sounds. Put your regular bobbin back in. Don't forget.
Run to Bobo's and get Violet's skis mounted.
Maybe put them out for a little bit.
I'm gonna take them with me.
Okay.
For a ride.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, ready? Just go ahead and hit start. Bobbin is changed. We are doing step number 13. And if it feels like it needs it, change your needle out. Yeah, everyone is going to the way of digital download. Your vanished bobbin bird nested. Your thread bird nested. Go ahead and just, I would just take your bobbin out and your upper thread and just redo it. If you're bird nesting, most of the time bird nests, people think it's the bobbin thread, but it's the upper thread. So I would just take everything out. Just kind of cut it away, pull it out, and just re-thread your upper and your lower. A lot of times the bird nest is really upper threading. And just start with a needle down, needle up. Yeah, I mean, you know, having a digital download, having it hosted online. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my sewing room is packed. And I love, it's like books, right? I love having a physical book and looking at it and touching it and holding it. But I could kind of be okay with not bringing more stuff into my sewing room if I don't need it. And then we're going to be doing the inner flower fill, and we're going to be doing it with this pink lemonade. Here's your next color, Miss Liz. Patrick. Can you put it to this side? My manservant's gonna bring me a snack. Anyone hungry? Veronica's wondering. Yes, that is the big secret. If I stitch with you, it gets me out of doing the laundry. Oh, I see what you're saying. I totally get that, so crafty. USB sticks for my baby lock. You can use any USB. I mean, I really use everything and anything. Here's a stick that I'm using. This is Fancy Lipstick Stick. And I mean, I just have so many different sticks. I try to buy, a lot of times I buy them on Amazon, and I try to buy something that's name brand. But I'll buy them in bulk. Name brand in bulk to get a better price. Yes, I totally get that. What's the WIP sew-along? I've already forgotten that. Oh no, you can't save it, Miss Liz? That would be convenient. That's something you should mention, Cindy. Like, send them a note. I mean, if enough people ask them. Work in progress. I think what we're going to do next is we're going to do this, but I really want to get some sew-alongs for Hello Sunshine, because I want to get that one done too. Work in progress. And all of these can be a work in progress, depending on like what you guys have and don't have. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I think this is going to go on top of the thick ones. So like I said, if it feels like it's too thick for my needle, I might change my needle out, but I'm going to go ahead and just put this in. We'll see how it does first with just my 7511. Miss Liz, can't you save it? You don't want to have to do the whole thing again. And sometimes when it sounds really thick, I will get my stiletto and I will kind of push the fabric down. Like I'll kind of hold it down like this. I don't want to hurt myself. Like that. So it doesn't bounce up and down. So there's not as much rebound. I don't know if that helps, but it helps my mind. It helps me. I do it for me. But I don't like it when my fabric like jumps up and down. Marlene, are you bragging? I'm just kidding. I want to be done with Hello Sunshine too. I'm stuck on my bicycle. I have to do the right bicycle. I think I just need to get back up and going. Oh my God, thank you. That's a bad idea, huh? Right here. You think that's a bad idea?
Well,
Patrick just brought me a plate of nachos. There's my snacky snack. I'm gonna take my my headset off so that it's you don't hear me chewing. Poppy. Is that the block I need to start with Hello Sunshine, the one with the prairie points? I've always wanted to do Broomhilda's too. I want to do that all together. We'd have to kit it. And that's complicated stuff. Jen, it was such a nightmare kitting Hello Sunshine. Like, seriously, that was so much work. So, but Kimberbell told me that they can cut kits for us. So maybe if we did something like that instead, and I had them cut by Kimberbell, or I think E.E. Shank also does that, maybe we could do that. Oh my God, Jen. Jen, you know I have a tough time saying no. Except to Patrick. Poor Patrick. Wait, that was it? No, she's trying to get to my nachos. Do you see her? She's so sneaky. Okay, what's next? So we just did the inner flower, and now we're going to stitch the flower center fill, and that's going to be in shadow. Interesting, right? I don't think of shadow as...
go for a ride?
Okay, go with Daddy.
Come on.
Patrick's such a good daddy. He is like much better of a parent than I am, because I get really impatient and he is so patient with the kids. I'm like, what do you mean you don't understand? And then he is, I don't know if any of you are part of a couple where the other person in the couple is better. He is better. I'm so lucky. Okay, where's my I want this because it's gonna get thick. I think he does too. He's the one, like, it got to the point where because I'm like so picky with stuff, like I couldn't when the kids would ask for help for like homework and stuff, especially like papers, because I'm so picky and like how I like something written that I couldn't proofread anymore, because every time I proofread something that I would make, well, mostly Violet, I would make Violet cry. So Patrick had to help them, not me. He's so much better at it. Oh my God, Jen, don't do the sad eyes. Can't say no. No sad eyes. I'm not going to even make eye contact. Not even going to look. I did last year. I saw a line that I was like, oh, that would be perfect for, Broomhilda's. It was kind of like the same shades and the same colors. I'm going to have to think about it. I'm going to have to see if I see a line that totally inspires me. Very cute. Okay. Next one, stitch the fringe flower centers. So now we're doing the center. This is what's going to hold your fringe down when we dissolve that thread in the back. And this is where it's going through some really thick stuff. So if you get breaking thread, don't forget that now you have your needle and all that thread going through all that thickness. It's totally normal. Because sometimes people start to freak out. They're like, oh my God, my thread is breaking. Well, think about what it's going through. You know, it's going through all of that and the friction of it going through all of that. And I just like holding it down so it doesn't, you know how it'll start pulling it up and down. And I go, maybe that helps. This is really cute. Just keep your eye on it and do not get that stiletto under your foot. This is way better than your finger being down there. I know some of you engage in risky behavior, because I do it too. Yeah, so it's just my regular needle. Seems to be doing just fine. Sometimes this can cause you to get a big bird's nest on the top part, because it gets like a little nick in the thread, and next thing you know, it's coiling. Oh, Marlene, I am restocking. Just send me a note and let me know, because I have to send something out to Wendy, and then I have like a piece of fabric for, I think for Lupe. So just send me the colors you need. I'll be restocked, I think, probably... I could have totally gotten you those colors. I would have just pulled it out of the thread kit. Judica, risky behavior. You welcome, Miss Shannon. Jackie, I would just go online and you can order the, or you can put it in your notes, or you can send me an email if you've already done your order. But I would get the, see how it pops up and down? I don't like that. I would get some 90-inch. Like if you just want to try it, if you're going to do the Star Spangled Beauty, maybe like 2 yards would be enough, 2 or 3 yards. Send me a note and I can add it to your order. Okay, what am I doing now? Ooh, we were fine with just our 7511 needle. So that was step number 16. Now we're going to stitch the bee detail. So we're going to just use the shadow for the... Oh, wait a minute. They should put another note here because I almost forgot all about that. So if you're using the button, you're going to skip step number 17. So this is what's on my screen right now. I'm going to skip ahead. You're going to do this step, This is step number 18 in your stitch out. You're going to leave the same color in there, cloud and blue. Okay, Marlene, send me a note and I'll pop it in with, if you're okay with it, I'll pop it in with Wendy's stuff. Let me show you. I'm going to show you Star Spangled Beauty. I mean, all I have is the book. This is going to be the next big project that we're working on. And right now it's doing this step. It's doing step number 18, the center of the beehive, and then it's going to do the little loop-de-loo. So cute. Okay, last step. In your stitch out, step number 19, the fence detail, we're still leaving the same shadow in there. I would like an accessory bundle. KB scissors, the stiletto. Will you send me a note, Karen? Oh my God, Karen, did you get my email? Karen, that was like amazing. Okay, this is Star Spangled Beauty. And it is super cute. Things I absolutely love about it. I love, you're going to have some pockets here that you can put your own little pickup. Hang on, sorry. I think I was reconnecting. And it's a ladder quilt. You do not have to do a ladder quilt. You can do anything that you want. But this one is, and again, I just love the ones that have like something that's like medium, difficulty, and then like easy stuff. So I'll just go ahead and show you some of the blocks, but it is going to be really, really cute. Is that like a hand sewing needle? They shouldn't be showing me that because that deters me. Here are the blocks. So America the Beautiful, land that I love. And I love this land, so I do like patriotic stuff. Here's your little hearts. There's going to be 2 hearts. Let freedom ring. And I am using Scan and Cut for this. So that's one of the things, like, it's going to be my first big Scan and Cut project. What do we have here? Blue petals. There's the look. And this is their new line. So they have a whole new line. Kimberbell's coming out with a whole new line of kind of patriotic colored fabric. Red, white, and blue. And their florals are beautiful. There's a little home because that's going to be a 2-part. There's the house. Giving you a little tour right here. Look how cute the house is. Is that fun? Look at the fabric. Love that. I love these too. These are going to be great mixers that they have in here. Because like white with red, you can mix it with anything. So here's a picture of the quilt. And all of the new fabrics. Applique, whoops, sorry, I hit a button. Applique frame 2. Just giving you a little tour. Wonder who that is. She's cute. Look at her baby. Adorable. Cherries. So, oh my God. Really cute. Looks like it's going to have some vinyl on it. Maybe I should just show you the back part. These, I think they're done in the hoop. But I just love the new fabrics. A lot of this is going to be all new fabric that they're just having out for the first time. And here we go. So, anyways, it's going to be super fun. We're going to stitch it out together. It's going to be a sew along. And like I said, I'm going to be using Scan and Cut. And if you don't have a Scan and Cut and you're never planning on getting a Scan and Cut, don't worry. You can still do the project. You're just going to cut the applique. You're going to just do placement, tack down, and trim. We'll probably finish it around the same time. When will you start this? The quilt, I don't think we're going to get those in until the very end of April. So it'll probably be a May project. All right, let's rehoop. We're done with that one. We'll do the fringe later. So I'm not going to do the fringe right now because that involves me making everything wet. I'll use a spray bottle. let's go ahead. I should have been tidying up. I'm going to do, have you guys seen these? I'm going to do a video. I wanted to do a video before I like promote them because I don't know if I'm going to love them. And I like to promote things I love, but we just got these in the store. They're the magic binding maker. I know I love these because they're sparkly and they're beautiful. But I'll do, I want to do a video this weekend. Whoops! Sorry! Filming arm. Crazy. Anyhow, I don't know if you guys have seen those yet. I know Debbie F has seen them because she sent me little notes about them. Here we go. Let's rehoop. Yeah, it'll be a May. I love this table. This was my other Amazon find. Isn't it great? And I mean, you can get perspective on how big it is, but I just drag it all around my room and it's just perfect when you need a little bit more space. The other thing I got that I wanted to show you, and I tucked this underneath my Martelli table, is look at how cute this little rolling cart is. And I actually went to send it, and it has my heat press on it and my sublimation machine that have never been used. Yes, I'm that person. But now it has a little home too, and I'm super, super excited about this. This was like 20 bucks, I think. Maybe it was like 30 bucks, but it was perfect because the height of it to fit under my table. I went to send the link for that to Miss Joan this morning, and they were selling it in black, and it was like 50 bucks. So I'm pretty sure I only paid like $20 or $30 for that. So hopefully it'll come back up. I'll start an Amazon store so you guys can have some links to some of the things that I've been using. So I'm going to go ahead and rehoop. I love this table. And okay, when I looked for this table, I think I looked up like folding table. And the first one I found was like $60, was like $59.99. And I kept doing searches for it until I found the same exact table. It's made by Lifetime. And it was $39.99. I'm such a bargain shopper. Okay, I'm going to scoot this over here, and I think I'll have enough room, especially if I just take this and like tape it back. So this time, Cindy, remind me to move it to the right and to the top. So I'll use it. You don't even have to have this all the way over. Like, you can totally skimp. And I'm skipping because I want room. I don't mind putting more over on the edge, but I want the space. I want it to be able to fit. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, that's not enough for the top. Let me put it to the top. I'm skimping on the sides. I just love these hoops. We did just do a brother sale. But we'll do another one probably sometime this summer. So if you didn't get one during the current sale and you want one, then we'll do another sale. And I just might tape that out of the way just so I don't have to worry about it. Oh my God, it's totally big enough for this Scanica. It's like the perfect size. It's perfect, Cindy. Like, it's like big enough that, and it folds up, and it has a couple different options for the height. So I just love everything about it. I'm gonna put this over here so it's out of the way. Okay, we are ready. Let me come on back over here. Look at this mess I've made. Is this what your work area looks like? There. Now you see that I have a problem, but I'm sharing it with you. So if yours looks just as bad as mine, don't feel bad. I'll clean it up in a little bit. Alrighty, let's load up. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, home will clear your screen. What are you looking for the Bernina? The little table? I'm going to go ahead and say okay. Maybe we have something. Oh, the hoop, the magnetic hoop. I know. They should make something, right? Because that hoop is really fantastic. I love it. I get what you're saying. Okay, I'm going to clean up just a little bit just to get this out of my way because it's going to drive me crazy. Let me clean up my threads. Just move them over. Okay, here's your handy dandy sheet. We are doing Blossoms and Swing, and we're doing chevron 4x8 horizontal. It's the same design that we used before. So I could have kept that design and just thrown away the quilting design above it. I have brought these in on my Wi-Fi during my digital database transfer. And there is my chevron. And I'm going to go ahead and set that. And now I'm going to also add to that my swing and sling or swing. You know what I'm talking about. This one that has the little swing and the little bunny. That's so cute. So let's go ahead and add that and set it. And now let's figure out how we have to place these. So my alignment, and I did put it on here too, but I have to look here on the other page. Align the embroidery design so it's centered horizontally and the... Oh, look! I don't have it on this sheet. Let's just look in the book. I know, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, it might be time to get a brother. Keep your Bernina. You know, it's kind of like children. You love them for different reasons. And get a brother, too. Okay. Here we go. So here's our alignment. So we're going to align the block embroidery file so it's centered horizontally. I can't remember who said it, but they were like, I have a Bernina, but I have watched so many of your videos that I know exactly how to use a luminaire too. And I thought that was funny. Okay, centered horizontally in the bottom of the fence is 1/2 inch above the bottom of the quilting design. We're going to do exactly what we did last time. So let's go ahead and... I'm going to go to my settings button and I'm going to make my grids the 1 inch. And I'm going to go ahead and say okay. Now I'm going to move the bottom of my quilting design. I'll move that up a little bit and let's go to 200% so you can see it. So right now the dots are around my embroidery design and we want the quilting design. So I'm going to hit my select button and just believe me, it's around the other one. I can zoom out a little bit. So now you see the dots that are around there. You know, you can grab those dots and like swing your design around and do all sorts of stuff. I never do that, but you can. Let's go back to 200% so that you can see it. And you can see the very bottom of my 1 inch gray line there. I'm going to go here to edit, move. I'm not going to use my fingers because I don't want to move the other design by accident. And I'm just going to arrow up until the red line of my quilting design is on that bottom line. Am I moving the wrong thing? Oh no, there it is. Here it comes. Okay. That might be too high. Let me go back down. So now the bottom of the quilting design is right where it needs to be. And quite honestly, the embroidery design looks pretty centered in that square, doesn't it? I'm going to leave it. I think that looks centered enough. I mean, what if I'm like 1 or 2 clicks off? It doesn't make a difference. So all I needed to do was move up my quilting design and it's on that 1 inch mark. I'm good. I'm going to zoom back out to my 100%. And now you can see that what the bottom quilting design is on that line. And then the other one is right in the middle of the 1 inch square. All right. Going to get rid of those grids because I don't like them. But if you like them, I want you to leave them. I want you to be happy. So our brains are different. We all like different things. And that's it. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to do touch embroidery. Embroidery is going to combine those two designs so they'll move as one. And now let's go to layout, move. And I'm going to move it all the way up to the upper right. There we go. And I could project it down. Do you want us to do that too? To make sure that it is not too far to the left. There's my projector. On your Luminaire and Solaris, your projector will only work if you're at stitch 0. And it's only going to work in your layout screen. If you have the Avenir or the Radiance, it now works in your edit screen in embroidery too, which I love. So here we go. And your projector window is only this 3 inches by 5 inches. I think it's 5 inches by 8 inches on the Avenir Solaris. So you can tell I have plenty of room over here. It's not going to get in the way at all. We are good to go. I'm not even going to check it the rest of the way around. I just wanted to check it right here to make sure if this flips backwards too, we're going to be fine too. And look, I could change my background color. So I know you can see it very well. There, now the background is white. And we'll go ahead here and say okay. And we are ready to go. There's the button that we want to touch so we can go forwards and backwards. We are going to do that first stitch out. I still have shadow in there. I'm just going to leave it because it's going to get covered by the batting. Let me grab my handy dandy little pouch. Oops. Mushroom house. That is not what I want. Blossoms and beehives. I don't want that one because we just did that. Hanging it up again. I need to get more of these pouches because I'm in love with them. I'm in love with my new pouches. Here is my Blossom and Swing. Here is my spray tent. And this is going to fly up in the air. Oh my God. You see all my messes. Here's Poppy's wipes. Oh my God. And look at me try to clean up. Forget it. It's not even worth it, right? You're like, I can't hide this much of a mess. Blossom and Swing. So let me go ahead and take this out. Here's my goodies. And then I like throwing those away because it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. And then I'm just hanging them up on my slot wall, which I love too. All right, we're going to go ahead and spray a couple of things. Sorry. Here we go. Okay, is this the icky side? Yes. And then the wrong side of this. Oh, that would bother me. That would definitely show through. Like a little red fuzzball. I'll spray my applique pieces later. Let's go ahead and lay this down. Who made this mess in here? I did another video this morning. I did a video just showing you how I press out and trim my blocks. I did that with the March wallflowers. So I'm going to put this down too. Just feel around. Make sure you have about an inch and a half all the way around. We're going to skip some steps. We don't need this one. Tack down for the batting. Placement for your background. We are going to do that one. That's going to be tack down for your background. So let's go ahead and stitch that down. I got to make sure they still have kit. I mean, I had ordered, I can't remember if I ordered either 80 or 100 of the fabric kits, but I think you're all good right now. But yeah, get it now because the fabric kits are the things that we're not going to be able to get. They're just doing limited runs of that. Okay, quilting stitches next. It recommends white, but I am using linen. And this is going to be kind of the same as what we did before. So we've got a 38-minute stitch out. We've been going for about 2 hours now, and I think I talked to you probably about 10 or 15 minutes in the beginning, just for people that had the 6x10 and ways that you could do that if you didn't have the bigger hoop sizes. What I don't want is I don't want you to get stuff from me and not use it. It breaks my heart. So got to figure out a way that you guys all use all your stuff up. Look at your screen. Make sure it's showing you your quilting stitch, just in case you didn't fast forward or something. And then once you confirmed it's the quilting stitch, go ahead and stitch it out. Do we need other? Okay, so we need the other piece of cork. So make sure you have your other piece of cork. We're going to be using it on this fence too. And other than that, you're going to be using these two pieces. This is your bunny rabbit right here. What is this? What is this guy? Oh, he's your swing. So this is your swing, and this is your bunny rabbit. I'm going to go ahead and spray those. Do you have any more gray with the tiny dots? I do. I think I do. Yeah, just put that in your notes too, Marlene, and I'll put it with your stuff. Wow, it's pretty bouncy. So I am on my table, and it's a little bit bouncy. Sorry if you're getting that bounce in the video. While it's doing that, I'm going to come over here and let's just spray your bunny fabric and this fabric here for the swing. Or if you've already done your scan and cut and you have heat and bond on it, you're just going to go ahead and put it down. How can I get this to be not so bouncy in the video? It's just pretty bouncy. Just look at your own stitching on your machine. Oh my God, Donna! Just do it. Just come to the dark side, get a brother machine, then you're gonna be able to do all that. Wait till I start sending my stuff from my machine to my scan and cut, and wait till you see that, because you're gonna be like, wow, that was really easy. So we do have some, I mean, if you want, we also have some machines in the store, some gently used machines. So those can be a good buy. I can have Patrick call you. Okay, good. I'm glad it's not too bouncy. Maybe it's just me. I love doing that too. So Susan just said she's been using the leftover fabric. I'll show you. I'm going to show you the back for my pumpkins and potions, which still isn't done. Oh my God. Okay. Here is, I know lean down over here so you can see. So what I do is I will, number one, I'll put like all my leftover fabric. This one I'm not done with it yet. Here's the very bottom that I still have to sew on. So this is all like leftover Kimberbell fabric. Like I will use every like last little bit. So here is, do you see that? There's my pumpkins potions kind of far away. Oh my God, you're seeing all my messy stuff. And here's my back. Maybe I'll put it over here so it's not so far over. So this is the back of it, and I've used, maybe I'll put it up here. You can see it. So here's the back. And I had some blocks that I didn't like that I put into the back too. So this is all the like leftover fabric, because I hate having a bunch of little pieces left over. It drives me crazy. And then they just go in a big bin and they never get used. And I did have a couple of blocks that I did, which for some reason I didn't want to use in the front. And I just sew everything together. And I like throwing in like a little pinwheel or a little flying geese or something that just makes it a little more interesting. And then when you have big pieces, that makes it really easy. But I'll use even like just little itty bitties. And it takes me usually probably like an hour to piece it all together. I just piece, press, and go. All right. Yes. So use up all of those little bitty pieces. Because what are you doing with them? Do you just like hoard them? All right. Throw that back in the corner where it belongs. In the on the island of unfinished projects. All I have to do is layer, stitch in the ditch, and put on the embellishments. All right. If you're doing block by block, that means you're skipping this step. Skip it, go to the next step. Skip that. That's tack down. We already put our background fabric. And we're going to do that. Put in your spice brown. Yeah, that was pumpkins and potions. And that was definitely a favorite. It was cute. I've seen other people do way more impressive stuff. Oh my goodness. Miss Linda Lancaster, if you're on here, her back looks as good as her front. She does, her stuff is just unbelievable. Stitch out the tree. Are you talking about the cart underneath my table? Was from Amazon. And if you send me a note, I'll send you the link. Yes, I do have tips. Oh. So Debbie, are you having a hard time doing the stabilizer? Because let's do some. So sometimes mine has like little puckers in it. So I'm going to grab my 5x7 and we'll hook some stabilizer in there. Things I like to do when I'm hooping. That's going to take a minute to do this. I love this because it becomes like a question and answer session too. There's my nachos. Does that making you hungry? I don't want to chew in your ear. All right, so here's some wash away. I panicked because I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I have wash away for today. And I did. So I like to put two sides, like, or do one side first. And then I will take my hand and kind of, not stretch it, but pull it taut on the opposite side. And sometimes I do have to take my magnets off and redo them. Oop, that was my hand. And just, you pull it taut on the edge. Sometimes I'll take it and I'll take the magnet and I'll drag it across too. And then put it down. So you got a little pucker. So sometimes I'll throw it. I do everything. I've tried everything. There. And there are times where I have to lift it off. If you're right to the edge though, I'll pull up on the sides like where it would go. But this, I'm just gonna. And then we're nice and taut. So there might be times where you have to pull a magnet off and redo it. That happens to me too. But you just want to do one side and pull it taut on the other side and pull it just, you're going to have to just, don't stretch it, but just make it so it's like not loose. Oh my God, there's Miss Linda. She does amazing, 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 amazing stuff. Her backs are amazing. I'm always like, that's the back? You need to just make that your quilt because it's so beautiful. Yeah, see if that helps. And, you know, if it's not like totally flat, there's a little pucker. Sometimes it doesn't even worry me because if you're doing the muslin, it presses out so beautifully, you know. But if you're doing the no-show mesh, then maybe you want to get it nice and flat because I find like that stuff's a little bit more plasticky. Let's come back over here. What else? What else should we talk about? It is back art. Let me see, I'm going to unplug this for a minute. After you do this, you're going to be putting in the shadow again. So we're going to go back to this. The measurements of the table. Sure, let's measure it. Let me get my tape measure. Let's go find one. I think I put Did I put a like a link? I tried to watch a YouTube video the other day. How do you start an Amazon affiliate store? And then, oh, I know, it wanted you to do something with taxes, and Patrick does all the tax stuff, so I just stopped. I was like, this is a job from Patrick. Actually, there we go. How big are you, table? You are 30 inches by about 19 inches. And the other thing that's really nice about this table is on the underside. So it pinches like a toilet paper roll. So like right here, I can pinch this, or this way. See how it comes up? And then you have all these settings here so you can make it short. So let's say you're doing crafts with like a little kid, you can make the legs shorter, or this is my bad thumb, I can pinch it, and I have mine set all the way to the right here. And do you see how the legs just got, like, they're not as spread out, so it's going to be taller. So, or you can pinch it and just make it totally flat. Love it. Should I find it on my, let me look at my Amazon. I'll find it, and then you guys can all, or maybe, you know what, I'm going to find it in my Amazon right now, and then I'm going to put the link in here. I'm going to do that. Amazon. Oh my God, purchases. Why are there so many? They just make it way too easy. Okay, where's the table? We got one for the store. And then I got, okay, this is my my zipper pouches. Let me do that first. So I'll put the zipper pouches in there. Because I don't want to chew in their air. Pouches with the ribbon handle. Okay, I just put in the link for the zipper pouches, and now I'm going to do a link for the table. Gotta hide my food. Dogs are back. Oh, look, and it's still it's $38.99 now. So it's $1 less than I paid. Okay, I'm going to put the link into my, also to my rolling cart. Although keep in mind that they're not even selling it anymore in the white. You can still get the black. Oh my, I paid $20 for mine. So I can't believe that the black one is $50. Uh-oh, my computer is dying. Oh my God, they don't have it. They only have the tall, skinny one, and mine is short and fat, so I can't have that right now. All right. Go ahead and put in your shadow thread. And hang on, my computer looks like it wants to die on me. Hang on. I'm going to put in my shadow, and I'm going to go find a cord. Hey, Patrick. Let's see if my manservant will bring me the power cord before it dies. Poppy? No. All right. We are putting in... Yeah, somebody else told me that they thought their Costco had it. This is like the little itty bitty one. So if they have it there, let us know for sure. So crafty, if you go onto the website, just look up 90-inch muslin. So that's the only one that I use, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's perfect. I'm going to run upstairs and go grab a cord. Just keep stitching. Just keep stitching. I feel like Dory from Reno. Instead of just keep swimming, I want you guys to just keep stitching. There we go. Somebody told me they got them at Costco and they were $15, which, like, that's a spectacular deal. I would buy 3. I would love them all over. They're just like such a great size, like a little bigger than a TV tray, but not so big that it takes up so much room. I don't have a link for you for the rolling cart because they're not. Well, let me see if I can find the black one, because I do love that rolling cart. I love it. But I'm mad that they don't have the, let's see, is this it? They only have the little itty bitty size. That's what I'm... Wait, here we go. Oh, look! It's $24.99. No, wait. Let me see. This one. Regular. Got it. Oh, no, it's $49.99. Hang on a second, Poppy. Poppy, you need to move. Go. Okay, let's look at our instructions. You want to put in flint. I finally got my real flint. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. And we're going to do the swing. So we've got some applique. No, you cannot have that. She wanted to take my cork. This is, I don't know if any of you deal with this, but this is what I deal with. And this is why sometimes I can't get anything done. No, she loves transport tape. Okay. I know Patrick said I'm like the 2-year-old with the grandma who's baking with her grandson, but that's what I feel like when I am stitching, and I have Poppy here. She is my 2-year-old. Okay. Okay, placement stitch. Here's their placement stitch. Good girl. She laid down. No, that's okay. It'll get covered over. Momo, out. Here's our tack down. That's step number 6. It says stitch the swing tack down line, and then you're going to trim the fabric close to the stitch line. Okay, I'm going to send you the link for the, you got to go. Out. Come on. Hang on. Let me get you that copy. And here's the rolling cart in black. So this is the rolling cart in black, but seriously, I paid $20 for mine, and they're charging $49.99 for the $49.99 for the black one, and I got the white one for $19.99. Okay, we're gonna stitch the swing decorative outline after we trim. So let me go ahead and trim. Go ahead and just hit start. You're just going to use the flint. I think I might have the Riley Blake Little Red Riding Hood file. Send me a note and I can special order it for you too. Next, it wants you to stitch the bunny placement line. Just go ahead and hit start. This is going to be the placement line. You're going to be laying down your little gray polka dot fabric. Are you still doing Kimberbell Wallflower Mystery Quilt? Absolutely. We are going to be stitching out on Friday, and we are doing March's quilt block. It is super cute. Lay down your fabric, and then you're going to do the tack down, which is step number 9, and then we're going to trim. Yeah, I was showing it off just a minute ago. Let me see if I can show it to you too in case you missed it. Wait till you see April. Oh my goodness, April is... Look at what Poppy's doing to Momo. Poor Momo. Poppy? Poppy? No. Okay. Here, let's trim it. And this is April. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is March. And I did 2 versions. So, anyways, yes, we are absolutely doing it. And feel free to join in anytime. You are not too late if you haven't started it with us. Yeah, I've done Kimberbell Club since 2017. I feel like I've grown up on Kimberbell, like embroidery wise. We've had a lot of firsts together. These are my favorite applique scissors. These are from Kimberbell. They're their snips, and I love them. I've been super happy with them. Feel like they're just a little bit stronger than all the other ones I've had, and they're pretty cute too. And I love cute. Okay, slide that back on. What does it want us to do next? Now you're going to just go ahead and hit start with your Flinton, and it's going to do the bunny decorative outline. Oh yeah, if you do the $96 for the year, you get all the designs. So you'll get, I'll send you everything from the from Cute as a Bug and January, February, and March. So you would get all 3 of those, and then you would get one every month, like starting April 1st, but you'll get all of the back ones too. You could buy Kimberbell Club 2023, and I'll send you all of the designs, or I will load them on your account. So you can, you know, you could get any of those at any time. Yes, the digital files. Cindy, can you post the link? Can you put the link in for the white one? And then everyone can get it. I love that card. It was just perfect to slide underneath my table. Okay, go ahead and put in your spice brown, and you're going to stitch the fence placement line. Again, if you're lazy like me, you can just start stitching the very beginning of it. Maybe stitch 2 posts, and then you don't have to stitch the rest of them. The fabric kit is for the whole year. That's the whole year, although you'll be sent your backing fabric later because they just haven't had it in stock since I think like January. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. It's already cut. And I'm going to fast forward. That's my placement line. I'm going to do my tack down because I know it's going to go all the way to the end right there. I'm going to grab my... I'm going to center it to my stitches, and I'm going to just slide it up, and I'll go right above that line, and that should be plenty. Okay, you can always fold it back and just make sure you have enough above and below and side to side, and that should be good. I'm going to go ahead and just stitch it down. You're going to use the same spice brown. Mine is not the mini, mine's the regular. You want the regular. The other one is kind of mini size. It's not as wide. So the regular one is wide. Yeah, there is one that's kind of more square. Mine's rectangular. Should I do another search? I'll do another search and see if I can find it. I mean, there's other ones similar to it. It is not a fancy stand. It's pretty basic. If I can find a, you know, because sometimes multiple sellers sell them. If I can find it, I'll send something out. Is this being recorded? Absolutely. So when we do stuff on YouTube Live, it automatically goes up. It usually takes a little while for it to render, but it'll go up automatically. I don't do anything. Once we finish this, we're going to go ahead and trim as desired. Get your curves straight, scissors out, and then we're going to stitch the leaf veil. We're just going to do a whole bunch of stitching. And I know I said that we were going to do part A of both the boot and the boot and the house, but I don't know if I have the time because Patrick and I are going to run to the store. So I might just finish out this and then maybe I'll stitch it out tomorrow if I have time. Let's go ahead and trim. I'm going to slide this out. I usually leave it, but this is going to be a lot of trimming. So let's go ahead. And look, you have a whole nother strip here that you could use to do another fence. That's like a good enough piece that I'll throw that into my Kimberbell scrap bin. Maybe it'll be easier. I think I went this direction before. Get into your happy place and just trim. See, I like the trimming, and I think that's why it took me so long to start using my Scan and Cut. Like, I don't mind this. However, I love this Scan and Cut, and I love putting down my applique pieces and then like pressing them down. I just love it. Cute. All right, are we on to our flower and fringe? And we'll do some of the fringe before we go. So, we just did the trimming right here. Now we're going to stitch the leaves fill, and we're going to put in our lime thread and fluff your fabric. If you have like fabric that's bigger, fluff it. I'm going to put in my lime thread. We are 21 minutes into our stitch out. But it did take, I want to say it took at least an hour and a half for the first one. I got to get you your kits. I got to go to the store and do some shipping. Get you your stuff. And then you're going to get your celery thread. This is going to do your detail. And make sure you give me the 911 if I get a giant thread coil. I feel like a lot of times when I get those, I'll hear it, but I haven't heard them lately. Like, I didn't hear that one. Yeah, I need you to watch me. I need your help. Hi, Miss Anna Marie. Okay, I'm not going to sit here. I'm just like literally sitting here watching the stitching. Even after having stitched, who knows how many stitches I've stitched. It's a lot. Sometimes I love to just sit and watch, but my sewing room is a mess. I'm going to clean up while it's stitching because there's a lot of cleaning that can be done. I might do the part A's. I might do that tonight and just record it. So, but I will send it to you after it's done. But I'm going to do it before we get together next Friday. All right. We are going to go ahead and now put in the celery. So that's going to be the lighter green. Miss Liz, were you able to get caught up? I know you had that big old bird's nest, so hopefully you're caught up with us. Okay, what am I looking for right now? I'm looking for my celery. Let me swap these out. Okay, if it gets big and chunky again, you could take your stiletto and kind of just hold your fabric down. You know, if it's doing that thing where it's popping your fabric up and down. I don't know why, it just makes me feel better. And then after it does this, we're going to change our thread to the water soluble. So get your vanish bobbin. I don't even know what other water soluble threads there are. I've only ever used the superior one. Okay, change out your bobbin thread. We're going to put water soluble in. And then we will, like I said, I'll get a spray bottle and I'll show you how to pull up that fringe. I really like using my precision tip tweezers as well as like a spray bottle with water in it. Okay, and we're going to put in our blossom thread or whatever hot pink you want to use. So I love YLI. I like Madeira. Madeira is good, but I love YLI. All of their threads I've always really enjoyed. And this is going to be 4 minutes of stitching. Just let it run. That's just, you know, honestly, Cindy, I don't know what it stands for, but they make woolly nylon, and they make my favorite, like, variegated woolly nylon, and then I also have some really nice other thicker variegated from them. So I haven't bought a ton of stuff from them, but everything I've bought from them, I've loved. Just a thread brand. As far as I know, they could do other things, too. So Dana did a framed picture for us, and I think she must have done one big quilting design and combined both of these together. They're like all in one hooping. It's very cute. I'll have to show it off on the live feed again. Dana's another one that never ceases to amaze me. Just endless energy, a starter and a finisher, and so creative. Like, you know, not one of those that isn't afraid to take chances. She's an outside the box kind of girl. Okay, after we do this, we're going to change our bobbin back. So you're going to put your regular bobbin back in, and then we're going to stitch the outer petals. I'm going to hold that down. We have great people at A1, but there's so many great people everywhere. I'm sure, like on the feed right now, so many amazing people. Isn't it nice? I feel like it's so nice just being friends with creative people. It's inspiring. trying to watch. Should be able to be responsible for myself, shouldn't I? Alrighty. Let's change out that bobbin thread first. First things first. And I think we're done with our vanish. Well, I don't know. I have to see. Check the other blocks. Slide that on. We're going to stitch the outer petal fill. You're just going to leave your leave the blossom in there, and now it's going to do the outer fill, and then we'll do the inner. So I'm at 28 minutes. I don't know where you guys are at, but I'm just going to let that stitch away. This stuff I'm not going to sit and watch. I'm going to start picking up. So I feel like I didn't have sewing buddies. I created sewing buddies. I'm kind of a pusher, and I'm a pusher with you guys too. You're my sewing buddies. But my girlfriends here, I would just show them projects and be like, come on, let's make it. Oh, we need it for the tail? Okay, got it. Can those pre-wound bobbin spools be reused? That is a good question. So I definitely reused them, and I reused them for years. I'm sure I have some pre-wounds. I pre-wound bobbin spools in my thread collection. But I don't know if you guys remember Nikki Brazel. I remember going to one of her trainings, and she said, those are like the cheapest, ickiest bobbins. Throw them away. And I do notice they get a little bit cloudy, and they can kind of splinter. I did reuse them for like years and years. Now I go through so many that I do just toss them. So it's totally up to you. If you feel like reusing them, you can reuse them. And if you want to toss them, just know that they're like kind of the cheaper ones, and you can just toss them. So there's your answer. Isn't that cute, Miss Cheryl? This is going to be from Hoppin' Down the Bunny Trail. Yeah, I don't normally live feed on Sundays, but I just felt like getting this one done because it's so cute. So we set up a little date. It seems a waste to throw them away, doesn't it? It goes against my inner core. The Magna Glides, they have like a magnetic core in the middle, and those you send back and they'll recycle them and reuse them, I think. And I like that. We have a couple more to do. And then we're going to put in the light pink. So you're going to be putting in pink lemonade. We got one more, I think. Patrick did go, I think he went for a short mountain bike. It's been really weird weather here. But it's beautiful right now. We walked the dogs this morning. It was kind of overcast. And then he went off for a short bike ride, but it's kind of windy. And he doesn't really like riding when it's windy. Okay, go ahead and put in your light pink. So Anna Marie is asking why I use muslin instead of stabilizer. So most of these blocks call for no-show mesh. And I just feel like it feels kind of plasticky. And I just like the feel of the muslin. So I don't use the muslin all the time because if I really needed the stabilizer where it was going to like hold the stitches in place and make it look better, then I don't use it. Like I would never do just one piece of fabric on my muslin because I look at the muslin as more of a base. And when I'm doing a quilted, when I'm doing like a Kimberbell quilt or a bench pillow that has batting, and then also backing with Shapeflex 101 fusible woven on it, then that's enough, there's enough stabilization there that you can get away with using muslin. And then when you press it out, I feel like it presses out so much nicer with the muslin as well. So it's just a preference thing. At this point, I also think it's cheaper. So we sell this muslin 90 inches. It's 90 inches and it's $10.99 a yard. And so it's pretty price effective too. Oh yeah, if I was gonna iron on this little table, I think I would do double wool mat. I don't know, maybe I'd do single wool mat, like thick one. More likely I'd do double. I don't know if it would warp like a cutting mat would. What do you guys think? Like this, here's my Martelli mat. I would never put just a wool mat on this and iron. I feel like it would warp it. So I do have because it's a pain in the butt to have to move your cutting mat, put it back, put the wool mat. So when I do press on my cutting mats, I use 2 wool mats. And I don't really use a ton of moisture, but I definitely will spray it with water. Just beware if you warp your mat because you ironed on it. That's a you thing, not the mat. But I feel like I've usually used double wool mats and it's been fine. Yeah, Cheryl, don't you like it better? It's just like, it's softer. Oh, look at, I'm not even paying attention. And I haven't even been doing my hold my fabric down, press it down, and it's been fine. Looks cute. Then we're going to do the flower centers. So we're going to put in our shadow. Yeah, and we also do it if you buy a bolt. So the 90-inch comes on a 15-yard bolt, and it's $10.99 a yard. But if you buy a whole bolt, we do it at 30% off too. So if you have a friend and you want to split a bolt, or I mean, I go through probably 2 bolts a year, maybe more. But that makes it even more cost effective. Oh my goodness, how's everyone feeling about Joann's closing? Karen was in the store yesterday and she said she went down to our locals Joann's and like the line was out the door and like halfway down the, halfway down the, in front of the other stores. And, okay, I'm going to put in my shadow and it's going to do the center of the flowers. I'm sad. I don't go there a lot, but sometimes you need something and I've just grown up with Joann's. And I don't like change, so I don't like the idea that it's not going to be there. Flower centers. And they always have cute stuff there. I would get like little presents for my kids. I'd go and get like fleece, minky. Wow. Oh yeah. They carry muslin there and like it's a good time to get a great deal. I used to get containers there too. I have a great rolling drawer piece that I got at Joann's, and I keep all my Isacord thread in there. Yeah, they had some good deals there. All right, next step. Now it wants to stitch the fringe flowers. Wait, we did that. We did the center. That's the center fill. And now we're just going to hit start again. And now it's going to do the fringe. That was the center fill. And this is the fringe flower centers. Okay. So now it's going to go back to the other ones and it's going to do the ones that we're going to fringe, because these you're not going to fringe. You're only going to fringe the ones that are solid, that are going to have this in the middle. And then we're going to do the fence detail, and then we're going to do the bunny tail. Oh my God, Hobby Lobby's really fun, Naomi. I feel like they have a lot of decor there. And we are getting close to being done. We've got about 2 more minutes of stitching. I think like Hobby Lobby is one of those places where you don't know that you need something. You go and you go, oh my God, I didn't know I needed that. Kind of like Costco. Cute. Okay, it's going to do the fence detail. So just go ahead and hit start again. It'll do the fence detail, and then we're going to do the bunny tail. And it calls for white. I'm going to use white. Oh, yeah. It's definitely one of those places you could just walk out with a full cart. Especially if you're the type of person that likes to decorate your home. I'm not very good at decorating, so I usually just go in for what I need and then come out. But I see a lot of stuff there that's cute. Yeah, oh my, are you gonna miss that? Like, I never shopped at Joann's unless I had like a coupon. And so, yeah, that's gonna be, that was so great too, because you just got good deals there. Maybe that's why they're going out of business. So you're going to go all the way up the fence on one side, and then we're going to go down the fence on the other side, all the way on the top, and then back on the bottom. I did not even notice that stitch. I'm just looking at it right now, the super cute swing stitch. So it looks like it could be like chain link. That is adorable. I didn't even notice that. Oh, I didn't know that they couldn't get enough people. All right, you're gonna go ahead, change out your bobbin. Let's get this out of the way. We'll change out our bobbin. We're gonna put our vanish thread back in. We're gonna do the little tail. If you've been hearing, you heard like slurping sounds. That wasn't me. That was Poppy giving me kisses. Okay. Oh, thread. We need to put white into. So go ahead and take out, unless you want like a little dark gray bunny tail. So I'm going to put my white in. Using my king cone, so I have to stand up. You guys know I don't like that. I don't like moving. I don't like moving. I like curling up in a ball and not moving. I don't like activity. I like inactivity. I told Patrick, I was telling him the other day, I was like, if I had written all the things that I like and all the things that made me me, you would have never, I don't think you would have ever we would have never have dated. I was like, if you had written down all the things you were, I would have been like, oh my God, he sounds perfect. But I would not have been perfect for him. I don't know how it is. It's worked out. It just has. Okay, we're going to change the bobbin back to a neutral color. He would have been like, this girl doesn't like to do anything. She likes potato chips. That's her favorite category of food. Patrick's a very healthy eater. I'm much healthier these days than I was. All right, I put my regular bobbin in. We're going to do the stitches that hold down the bunny tail. My son says it's because we have core values that are similar. All right. Shall we unfringe? Okay, let's unfringe this one because he's got a bunny tail and that's so darn cute. I want to do this one first. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my magnets. It is a cute block. So sweet. I'm going to get my spray bottle and I want my precision. That's Thank really you. You're welcome. Patrick's brought me some orange. That's really good. Okay, where's my spray bottle? Let me go grab that. And I find like a good pair of tweezers makes all the difference in the world. And like I said, I like to use my precision tip tweezers.
I like my precision tweezers too.
Patrick says he likes his too.
How are you doing? Early?
Here we go. Where are my tweezers? Here they are. So I like these. These are the precision tip tweezers. And I like to just go ahead and spray the back. And I like it getting pretty wet. And then you're going to pull out your stitches from the front. Okay. Like the little tail here. Whoops. You just put these underneath here and kind of pull forward. See how the fringe is coming up? And be gentle. Don't be a brute. Are you guys able to see that? Do you like this horrible angle I'm giving you right now? Okay. And I need to put it back a little bit so my hand can fit there. So, and then I just pull up and away from this edge right here is where I'm pulling. And that's how easy it is. So I definitely recommend using the dissolve away. It is very difficult to use a seam ripper and to get, because they're like mixed in. They're not, it's not like you see this distinct stitch that you're supposed to cut. It's kind of overlaps and it just is hard. And it really does kind of just come away. I don't know why he won't come up. Stubborn. So this I have found to be the best combination for me. It's just a spray bottle. And then if you have like a thread that breaks, like I have a long one right here, I'll just give him a little haircut. There we go. And look how cute his little tail is. Okay, you're gonna do the ones that don't have the pink. So these should come up too. There we go. And I'm pulling them towards me. I'm not pulling straight up. I'm just getting it and just pulling it so it comes up from the back side. So the fusible releases the fringe, and then the last stitch holds it down in the center. Is that so cute? Oh my God. Yeah, you should have seen me struggle when I first did this. And it was like, use a visible thread color in your bobbin. That was not fun. I'm like, I can't pick the little red thread out in between the white ones. I was just cutting everything. It was not. Yes. Gentle. Be gentle. But if you break one, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Poppy. All right. I am not going to make you sit there and watch me unfringe this whole thing. This is one of those things that I will put on a good show, and I will sit next to Patrick, the love of my life, and I will unfringe the rest of this. I am not going to get around to doing part A of the boot and the mushroom, just because I do want to get to the store and get some orders out. So, but I think what I'm most likely going to do is I'm just going to film it. It might not be a live feed, but I will film part A of those two, and then I will post it, and it will be done before we get together on Friday. So cute. Just the little dimension on here is just so sweet. You're going to go ahead and do all the ones that just have a shadow center. These are not fringed, so don't try to pull those out. You're going to be really frustrated. And we will get together at the end of the week. So thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I'm so happy you got your CD and your kit. It was no better way I'd rather spend my Sunday than with you guys. So get your blocks done. Get caught up. If you haven't gotten started yet, there's prep videos. This will get put up. I've been trying to add everyone to the Sew Along group that has bought hopping down the bunny trail, anything from us. But if you haven't gotten the spreadsheet and you're not on the invitations, just send me a note and I'll add you to the group. And have a great day. I will see you guys later. Bye.